Hey, it's Health Coach Tara, and today we're going to talk about what you should eat on keto. And I'm going to tell you how to get our free keto meal plans, which is going to help you learn how to eat on keto with actual examples of menus that you can follow. Now, I'm going to be referencing this list in this video. You can find my complete keto food list in a few different ways. Specifically, I'm going to be referencing our tear-off pad grocery list, and this has all the keto foods you can eat. So you can purchase this 60-sheet tear-off pad on our store website at sustainableketo.com, and it comes in two different sizes. So the smaller size is 10-point font, and the larger size is 12-point font. This serves as a reference and a shopping list. So you can also download a free version on our blog and recipe website at wholebodyliving.com. So let's jump in. But before we talk about what we do eat on a keto diet, I want to talk about what we don't eat. So just to note, I developed these guidelines by reading books and published research on the keto diet, attending conferences, and speaking with doctors who actually utilize the keto diet in clinical practice to help people improve their health. So this video assumes some knowledge of keto, but if you're just getting started and learning how keto works, I want to invite you to see the description of this video after you're finished for a link to our Getting Started playlist. Now, our goal on the keto diet is to shift our body's primary fuel source from sugar or glucose to burning fat. So when our body breaks down fats, it creates ketone bodies. And for this to happen, we follow a very low-carb diet. So beginners will start between 20 to 30 grams of carbohydrates per day. And foods that we call ketogenic or keto simply means that this food is high in fat and low in carbs and supports the body's state of ketosis. A food isn't keto or not keto. That's just how we talk about it. So another goal for many people on the keto diet is to reduce inflammation in the body. So it would follow that the list of foods we should exclude on keto should also include foods that can be inflammatory to the body, starting with gluten. Now, I firmly believe that gluten has no place in the ketogenic diet, but it's okay if you disagree with me. Comment and we can talk about it. So grains are omitted on the keto diet because they're high in carbs. Beans and legumes are also omitted, and any flours made from any of these things, and anything made from those flours, so your bagels, donuts, breads. Starchy veggies such as potatoes and corn, which is a grain, and most root vegetables are excluded. And finally, we exclude all sugar. This includes sugar in any form: honey, agave syrup, brown rice syrup, maple syrup, and any other carb-filled sweetener. So are you feeling overwhelmed? Now, I was too when I first started researching keto shortly after I was diagnosed with endometriosis. I was worried that I would miss out on my favorite foods and I wouldn't be able to stick to the diet. So let me tell you that eating keto does not need to be full of deprivation. In fact, we get to eat a lot of high-fat foods that have been off limits to many of us, especially those of us 40 and older who grew up in the fat-free era. But I'm not going to stand here and tell you, oh, it's so easy, because it's not. We all have our favorite foods, and I might have even just listed a bunch of yours. So let me tell you that the keto diet is powerful, and it is worth the sacrifice for dozens of different reasons. The best part, unlike diets you've been on in the past, the keto diet has a strong satiety mechanism. This means that unlike high-carb diets you've been on in the past, where you've been struggling for energy, dealing with hunger pains all day, just obsessing about your next meal, just dreaming about the next time you get to eat. By comparison, a ketogenic, low-carb, high-fat diet will surprise you because you won't experience hunger like you used to. Many people report freedom from food controlling their lives. This happens because once we're in a state of ketosis, our body has access to tens of thousands of calories of fat stores. You see, the average person has enough fat stores on their body to fuel them for weeks. So your body's not going to be as quick to ask you to eat to provide more energy. It will simply break down the stored fat on your body and convert it into ketone bodies, which in turn provides you with energy. So I encourage you to look at trying the keto diet as a challenge. Whether you've been on it before or you're starting again, issue yourself a personal 30-day challenge. Now, when I very first started keto back in early 2017, I challenged myself to eat keto for 30 days to see what would happen. It was terrifying, but I am so glad I did. So now I ask you, are you in? Comment below with "I'm in for the 30-day challenge," and we will reply with a link to some free resources to help you get started. You might even want to check out my 30-day planner that I designed to be everything I wish I had in my hands when I started keto. So let's dive into the delicious foods that we can eat on the keto diet. So very first on our list is dairy. So we get to toss out the tasteless low-fat cheese and embrace delicious cheese, such as cheddar cheese, Monterey Jack cheese, blue cheese, feta cheese, Parmesan cheese, Swiss cheese, and many others. You will find that most cheeses are low carb. The highest carb cheese is cottage cheese, which is one of my favorites. So just be sure to choose the full fat version. And you can boost the fat a little bit more by mixing a tablespoon of MCT oil into the cottage cheese and boosting the fat profile. So next up on the list are drinks. So drinks include unsweetened almond milk, cashew milk, coconut milk, macadamia nut milk, coffee or espresso, lemon and lime juice, sparkling water, and unsweetened teas. There's all kinds of unsweetened teas and flavored unsweetened teas you can play around with. I also want to mention heavy cream, which is technically under the dairy section. But for you milk lovers out there, our hack to make dairy milk that's keto friendly is to mix heavy cream and water. You'll figure out exactly what ratio is perfect for you. Now, if you're wondering what to use for coffee creamer, you've got a number of options. So you can use any of the drinks I just mentioned or make your own keto creamer using the recipes on our website at wholebodyliving.com, which will be linked to in the description. Or you can use some of these done-for-you products that I'm going to tell you about. Now, some of our favorites are the MCT oil powders from Perfect Keto. So these mix right into your coffee and also taste like coffee creamer. This is the unflavored version, but vanilla and salted caramel are my two favorite flavors. There's many more. Now we like this brand specifically because they have plated the MCT oil to acacia fiber, which is a good for you fiber that you can feel good about ingesting. So do be careful in selecting your MCT powder and be sure it is plated to acacia fiber. If the fiber isn't listed, beware, as it can be maltodextrin, which could undo your hard work on the keto diet. So we do love Perfect Keto so much that we are affiliates with them. If you'd like to save 15%, you can use our coupon code TerraKeto at perfectketo.com when you order. Our next category is nuts and seeds. I remember being afraid of eating nuts back when I thought eating fat would make me fat. But on keto, we get to enjoy these. Keto-friendly nuts include almonds, Brazil nuts, chia seed, flaxseed, coconut, macadamia nuts, pecan, pili nuts, pistachios, pumpkin seeds, sesame seeds, sunflower seeds, and walnuts. So peanuts can also be included, but they are controversial in some circles because they tend to be pro-inflammatory. So if you're finding this video helpful, please take just a moment and subscribe to our channel. We post new videos like this every week, plus new keto recipe videos. Subscribe and be sure and turn on all your notifications so you don't miss anything. Baking is our next category, and this list contains a variety of fibers, flours, and other things that we use in keto baking. So we have acacia fiber, gelatin, and xanthan gum on the list. Now these are all ingredients commonly used to bake keto foods because they act as a binder to hold the food together. You see, something has to replace the properties of gluten when we bake. The gluten in all-purpose flour is what holds together our cookies, cakes, and breads. So flours that are keto-friendly include almond flour, coconut flour, coffee flour, flax meal, hazelnut flour, psyllium husk powder, pumpkin seed flour, sunflower seed flour, and newer to the market, lupin flour. It's a lot of flours. So next up, we come to sugar substitutes. Now, I am not going to list artificial sweeteners because I avoid those personally, and many of my clients do as well. I avoid them after figuring out that they were contributing to severe chronic migraines that I suffered from in my 20s and 30s. They were terrible. So keto-friendly sugar substitutes include allulose, boca sweet, monk fruit, stevia, and erythritol. So see our blog post on this topic for way more information on sugar substitutes. Know that each sugar substitute performs differently when you're cooking and baking, and it's worth just a little time to learn how to use them so you can enjoy delicious home-baked goods that will keep you in ketosis. So just comment below and ask for it if you'd like us to go ahead and put the link for this sugar substitute information in the comment. Now for meat and eggs. So a large egg has about 0.6 carbs and is a great source of protein when on keto. Now, most meats are keto friendly. Just be careful of hidden sugars in processed meats like bacon, salami, pepperoni, ham, and sausage. Many of these are cured with sugar, so look for low sugar options. There are a few brands out there that offer zero carb sugar meats or zero sugar cured meats. Otherwise, when choosing meat, choose the higher fat option. So, choose dark meat poultry instead of white. Purchase 80% lean hamburger instead of the super lean 93% hamburger. Or choose a ribeye instead of a sirloin steak. Now, seafood. There's many seafoods that are keto friendly. So you have anchovies, salmon, sardines, shellfish, trout, and whitefish. Now be careful with crab meat when you're shopping, because most crab, like in a stuffed mushroom, unless you can see the crab legs yourself, it's imitation crab. And imitation crab has up to 20 grams of carbs per serving. So if you're in doubt, if you're not sure, just assume it's imitation. So next up is vegetables. So artichokes, arugula, asparagus, bell pepper, bok choy, broccoli, cabbage, cauliflower, celery, chives, cucumber, eggplant, fennel, garlic, kimchi, lettuce, mushrooms, onions, pumpkin in small amounts, radishes, rhubarb, sauerkraut, seaweed, spaghetti squash, again small amounts, spinach, tomatoes, watercress, and zucchini. So now let's talk about fruits. The lowest carb fruit options are berries, such as raspberries, blackberries, blueberries, and strawberries. But stick to a small amount of these berries so that you can enjoy them and stick to your keto diet, staying in ketosis. Other fruits, avocado, coconut, and lemon and limes, are also great things to enjoy on keto. This list wouldn't be complete without a variety of fats to include. And we personally like to get a variety of different fats in our diet. So things we have in our pantry include avocado oil, butter, cocoa butter, coconut oil, different animal fats, ghee, macadamia oil, olive oil, palm shortening, and sesame oil. And as I've mentioned before, we use a lot of MCT oil. So MCT stands for medium chain triglycerides. And these are special because they're absorbed directly through the portal vein and rapidly converted to ketone bodies. This means they can provide your body with a quick energy boost. You'll see many people on keto using MCT oil in their coffee, but you can also cook with it and use it to drizzle on foods or salads. So for more information on MCT oil, I'll link our blog post here in the description. All right, now we're down to the fun miscellaneous category. So herbs and spices. When selecting herbs and spices, especially spice blends, read your labels and look for sugar by any name. So commonly, you'll see sugar listed as cane sugar or dextrose. You want to throw out the spices with sugar in them and find sugar-free options instead. Now, soy sauce contains gluten, so I've replaced it with coconut aminos instead. Now, other keto-friendly items include coconut cream, mayonnaise, mustard, but not sweet mustards. With all of these, you need to read the labels. Nut butters without any sugar, olives, dill pickles, pork rinds, a lot of salad dressings, but beware of hidden sugars, and very dark chocolate that's 85% or darker. Now, when you're looking at condiments, pay special attention to the labels and the ingredient list, because the FDA allows foods to be labeled 0 carb if a serving has less than a half carb. So if you pick up a container of heavy cream where the serving size is 1 tablespoon, you'll see 0 carbs on the label. But 1 tablespoon of heavy cream actually contains 0.4 carbs. So if you weren't aware of this and whipped up half of a cup of heavy cream to put on some berries to enjoy as a dessert, you might think it's 0 carbs, but it's actually almost 2 carbs. So this brings me to processed foods like energy bars and shakes that are labeled keto. Now beware of this label, as there is currently no regulation around the word keto on a label. It's simply a marketing term. When I see keto on the label, it simply raises a red flag, and I pay special attention to the ingredients list. So some of the ingredients that large manufacturers use that can undermine your hard work eating keto and slow your results down include these ingredients: maltitol, isomultisaccharides, they might be labeled as IMOs, maltodextrin, inulin, chicory root fiber, and vital wheat gluten. Avoid these ingredients to get the best results with the keto diet and let your hard work pay off. So we have put together a list of trusted packaged foods that we have personally vetted, myself and my husband Jeremy. You can find that on our website. You can go to the description of this video and click on the link, or even easier, just comment and ask us for the link of our approved packaged foods. If you want even more information on what to eat on the keto diet, take a look at my popular Keto Grocery Store Tour, where I walk through our entire local grocery store and discuss what to look for while you're shopping. So please take a moment to subscribe and turn on notifications for this channel. We post new videos and new recipes each and every week. I dearly hope that you've enjoyed this video about what you should eat on keto and are ready to sign up for our free weekly meal plans so you can see some sample menus. So check the description for the link, or comment and ask for it, or just head over to our website and our blog at wholebodyliving.com. Once you're signed up, we'll send a meal plan right away, and then you'll get a new one each week on Friday morning. This is Health Coach Tara of Tara's Keto Kitchen. Thank you so much for watching.